Oh, I'm live. Come on in. I didn't see the notification. Just want to talk about the economy. Some brief things that, well, it's not brief. The stock market had its, it's its lowest crash since 1991, right? And then you have the OPEC situation where oil prices, and I'm not sure how soon or late it'll be before you see the effect at the gas station, but oil prices also took a plummet today because of the OPEC situation between Russia, right, and Saudi Arabia, right? So they didn't come to negotiations, and they entered into a weekend war of disagreement between Russia and Saudi Arabia. So a lot of the oil mines here in the United States, for example, like Texas, Louisiana, just some place on top of my head, will be affected, and so will the price at the gas pump. Now, a lot of people may be thinking, well, that's why I don't invest in the stock market. Well, I bet your 401k is. I bet your 401k is. And if your 401k is investing in the stock market, then that affects your retirement. The lowest drop since 1991 today. It was so devastating that the stock market was shut down for a couple of minutes of the day of trading. The entire Wall Street, the entire market. Sometimes it's just a stock, but this time the entire Wall Street was just shut down for a couple of minutes. So you add all of this with the coronavirus, and you add the FICO 10 that's coming this summer 2020 that will drop credit scores. And as President Trump said, or Donald Trump said, years ago when he first entered into office, this is an ugly, ugly bubble. This is an ugly bubble, people. It's so devastating that they are comparing this to that this economic downturn is now being comparison, not to 2008, the housing market crash, but to the 1930s Great Depression. The 1930s Great Depression. So what does that mean for you? The 1930s Great Depression took 25 years to come out of. And economists are forecasting that we will be in a global depression, meaning that it's not just going to be the United States. It's going to be other countries like China, whose already economy is suffering drastically because of the COVID or COVID. That's what they're calling it. Italy, Australia, Singapore, and now you have Russia and Saudi Arabia at war with one another, and the prices of barrel hit a record low today. A record low. So again, don't be one of these people that's saying, well, I don't invest in the stock market anyway. Where's your 401k? Or your pension? Because your pension is included in the stock market as well. Biggest drop. And on my timeline, my cousin and I were making comments on his post about the presidential candidate. And his statement was that Sanders is good for the working people, the working class, the working poor people. I said, no, what's good for the working poor people is that they get a financial education. They need to understand how their 401k is taking a dip today. Some people won't even call Vanguard or whoever their 401k is invested with to see how much thousands they lost, to see how many more years of work that they have to do. Most people don't understand that FICO 10 is coming, and their credit score is 40 million Americans' credit score by June or July is going to drop 20 to 40 points. Because if you look at your Credit Karma, if you have free Credit Karma monitoring, or if you have Mint, you can if you're on social media, period, you see Instagram and Facebook, people that post these Credit Karma scores, you can already see that their screenshots has changed. They've already putting things in place. So what are you going to do when the pricing of increases of gas, right? Retail stores closing more than they ever closed before. The economic, and I won't even get into COVID-19, quote unquote coronavirus. I'm not going to go there with this. And I'm telling you, I'm on my way right now to the gym because I am mentally and physically preparing myself for the flood and flux of people who's going to reach out to me for credit help and restoration. I'm already getting myself on a schedule. And speaking of that, when I come back from my workout, I'm going to change some things on my website. For example, I'm not even going to have the link on there that you can pay to get your credit audit or your consultation. I'm not even going to have the payment link. What I am going to require is that you send me a message through my website or an email first. Some people find my business cell phone number or my business cell phone, send me a text, and I then give you the instructions. Because what happened is people will pay first and they don't know the steps of how to email me and to send me their credit report. And it may be 2 or 3 days before they reach out to me and ask, okay, what do I do now? So to eliminate receiving the money first, the payment first, without the instructions, I'm just going to ask you to send me a message either through my website at www.fixmycreditandcash.com or to just direct email me at ld@fixmycreditandcash.com, because I'm already receiving an overwhelm of people who are being proactive and getting their credit in position now for what we're about to enter. It doesn't matter who the president is, people. Let me tell you this. The pen has gotten bigger to burst this bubble for this recession. The pen is getting bigger. You got coronavirus on this pen that's affecting the economy. You got student loan debt on this pen, the highest it's ever been. Highest delinquent of student loan debts that's affecting the economy. You got repossessions, repo on this pen that's affecting the economy. For the first time ever, auto loan debt and student loan debt is higher than credit card debt. Then you still have the housing market, which is affecting this pen, which is on this pen, because it's not subprime lending anymore. They changed the name in 2008 to non-prime lending, which means you still have unqualified people with low credit and not enough income who still got approved for home mortgages they should not have gotten approved for. The same thing with the repo market. The client or the customer just went in and said, I can afford to pay $500 a month. They didn't look at the terms of contractual agreement. They didn't look at the interest rates. They didn't look at the amount that they will repay back on the loan over the years. They just looked at, can I afford the monthly payment? To find out that 3 years into the vehicle, they haven't even touched the original amount of the loan. they only was paying interest. And now they can't afford it. Now they can't afford to keep it. Even 2 years. They're not even looking at that I'm getting financed for 6 years on this vehicle. And look at the amount that I have to pay back. Right? So, again, after I go, let me say this, and I'm signing off. Because I'm trying to tell you all where we are headed in just a few months. I had someone, and it wouldn't leave my mind. I get a lot of emails. But this particular email was from a client who was telling me that someone had did a wonderful job at fixing their credit. They were now able to be a homeowner and purchase their home, their dream. And they referred about 30 more additional people to this person, right? And they felt like, for $300, they felt like that they should get some type of referral kickback, because they went and told somebody how well that someone repaired their credit and allowed their dream to come true to be a homeowner. And they knew this many people with bad credit. My first question was, my God, who knows 30 people with bad credit? You got to get out that circle or your credit will be bad again if you know that many people, if you keep that much company with people with bad credit. Second of all, I'm like, $300? If a person charged you that and was able to get your credit in a situation to get you in your dream home, that should have been thankful enough, because that's dirt cheap. And third of all, why do you think you should benefit off of this person's credit work? Because he or her already charged you a lowball fee of $300. That's just dirt cheap. That's low as it go. So if you a person, but this is how this person could have benefited. She could have enrolled and put a small investment of $249 to start her own credit repair business, right? The company would have done the work for her, just like this lady was doing the work. And she would have gotten residual income off every person that she signed up for the business. So if you're a person who wants to do credit repair because it's going to be overwhelming, I'm telling you, I had to change my whole workout routine. I had to change my whole health routine. I had to change what I'm drinking. I had to change what I'm eating. This pomegranate juice right before I do my cardio. I had to start doing more sauna sessions for my mental health, my stress health, my overall health, to help with my sleep patterns. I had to change everything to be able to accommodate people with bad credit situation, because number one, they trying to do it themselves and they're not successful, and it takes months of their time away. And then, or two, they follow me for months. And because, they want to try the inexpensive route and do it themselves, the credit over time has gotten worse. And for some people, by the time they reach out to me, it went from B or C status to D or F status. And when it gets to D or F status, then 30 to 90 days of getting that reverse would be great, but it won't always happen, right? Because you letting your score get that low. See, what people don't understand, when people have a 800, 850, 770 credit score, you don't see too many 21-year-olds bragging about that, or 22. It takes 30 plus years, 40 plus years, right, to build up a credit score that high, because you have to have good payment history. But most people want that reversed and to get that did in months. So the day of AU trade lines being an authorized user is over, and the day of credit sweeps are over. You're going to have legit credit repair, and you're going to have a legit plan to pay down these high outstanding debts on your credit report. So, hey, I'm signing off. I may go live tonight on YouTube. I'll let you know. Depends on how many more people sign up today for a credit audit and credit analysis. This is Queen of Credit here. Get prepared for FICO 10 release implementation this summer that can lower your credit score by 20 to 40 points, and the things that's happening for this great recession. Definitely need to get for this global depression. I'm sorry. The signs are all around you, people. What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? Queen of Credit, peace.